the more recent history of New Paltz. Through the interaction of two siblings, Dorothy and Augustus Freer, we will witness the nature of race and patriotism in New Paltz during World War II. Enjoy.
Oh boy! I wasn't expecting heavy combat till I get overseas.
Augustus Freer, you scared me near to death. Well, big brother, how does it feel to be back in the Paltz?
I'm not sure yet. Now, how do I look?
Almost as if someone should take you seriously. Good thing they don't know you like I do.
You coming to the quick, Lily. Hello, Charlie. Come on, let's dust off those stompers.
Oh, come on, keep up. I don't know how you got past your physical with those clumsy feet. You sure you're not getting too old for this?
Seems like yesterday, doesn't it, Dottie? You, me, Kenneth running around New Paltz.
Getting in all manners of trouble.
The king and queen of Broadhead Avenue.
Kenneth always wanted to be the king, our baby brother.
You made him a prince and a knight. That should have been good enough.
We never should have made him a knight. He was always rescuing Dina.
And then he would marry her and carry her around for days, and we wouldn't hear the end of it.
Speaking of, everyone wants to know when you're going to settle down and find yourself a nice woman.
Oh boy.
You'd make a great father, Gus.
Everyone has their own path, and they walk it in their own time.
You sound like a preacher.
I've been practicing.
You don't need practice. You always gave very kingly speeches.
Oh, thank you, my queen. Now, go and fetch my slippers.
You ought to be in slippers, old man. Kings and queens. We thought we could be anything back then. Such dreamers.
And look at us now. You, the lady of the house, me, proudly going off to defend our great nation.
You mean their nation? Didn't realize it was in such danger.
Dottie.
Coffee.
Don't mind if I do.
Now, I know you like it sweet, but there's a sugar ration on, so you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Oh, that's some harsh coffee.
That's how we have to take it nowadays. Oh. Is that what I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
Great-grandfather's watch?
Private Richard Oliver, 20th Infantry, United States of America.
20th Colored Infantry.
There's no difference.
There's no difference? Then why was he in a segregated unit? If there's no difference, why are we still separating black soldiers 75 years later? No, Gus, there's a glaring difference.
Once let the black man get upon his person the brass letters U.S. Let him get an eagle on his button and a musket on his shoulder and bullets in his pocket. And there is no power on earth or under the earth which can deny that he has earned the right to citizenship in the United States of America. Frederick Douglass said that.
Do you actually believe it?
I do.
Oh. Is that what happened? Is that what happened to great-grandpa? They sure treated him well even after his passing. You think you're going to get the same good old treatment? Do you remember? Do you remember how great-grandma had to fight to get her pension? How they denied that they were even married, even after he put on this uniform, fought and died for this country. It was like he wasn't even a person.
I didn't come here to fight.
No. You're going over there to fight. And what exactly are you going to be doing, Mr. Mechanic? Dig roads, clean the trains? What exactly do they have their Negroes do nowadays?
I'm going over there to fight. Right now, the world is engaged in a war in which the freedom of all men are at stake. As Americans, and especially as black Americans, we have the natural and legitimate interest in the fate of oppressed people everywhere.
Where'd you hear that?
I hear it every day. Sounds like a heartbeat.
It's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous about it? This is our land. This is our home.
Our people did not choose to come here. Our people were kidnapped and dragged here on ships. Our people were enslaved, abused, beaten, murdered. Our name isn't even our name. It belonged to the families that owned our ancestors, families that built their freedom on the backs of slaves.
Oh, come on, Donnie. Our people have just as much history here as anybody else. You mean black soldiers fought in the Revolution? In the Civil War, in the last war? We were there liberating France, fighting for their freedom and fighting for our respect. We weren't on the fringes. We weren't hiding in the shadows. We were in the center of it, always.
And while they were fighting, what were the French being told? Be careful or these Negroes will steal your women. Be careful or those Negroes will get too uppity when they get back to their good old America. America. Whose America?
Mine. And yours.
America never was America to me.
No. I refuse to be a tragedy. I refuse to be an afterthought. Dorothy, we're not just descended from slaves. We're descended from revolutionaries, from patriots, from soldiers, from heroes. This America, its history, this story, this is our story too.
It sure doesn't seem like it sometimes.
We can't let others tell us who we are. We get to decide that.
You know, when you first told me you enlisted, Never mind.
No, what?
I felt scared, helpless, angry even. So I asked myself, Dorothy Freer, what are you going to do about it? And I didn't know. So I went to the Red Cross to donate blood because I figured if my brother was willing to bleed for this country, I would too.
Daddy.
And you know what? I saw them marking and separating my blood, Negro blood, because even now with a war raging on and men dying, we're still told we're not good enough. Our very blood is not good enough.
You know you said Freer isn't even our name? But let's be honest with ourselves. With everything that happened back then, I wouldn't doubt that we and countless others shed the same blood. They're now separated.
Blood is just blood.
And the rest is just sunscreen. But don't you see, Daddy? That's why I have to fight. Whether or not they recognize it, every child of God is family. Family is stubborn and complicated, and sometimes we hurt each other. Sometimes those wounds go deep. And the only way to get them to heal is to open them up again, clean them out. It's hard to navigate this thing called life, but what's the one thing we know is true? The one rule that trumps all others? Love thy neighbor. Love.
Augustus, America does not love you.
Even so, I love it.
Well, that sounds like the kind of relationship grandmother would tell you to get out of.
We can't! This isn't a choice. This our home. This is the world we live in. We have to fight to make it better. And not just for us, not just for the people who grew up here, but for the people who are now growing up here, for the people who are yet to grow up here. We have to rectify this weak foundation so that others can build upon it, make it better. Oh yes, I say it plain, America never was America to me, and yet I swear this oath, America will be.
And I'll ask you again, do you actually believe that?
I'm trying to. Look, when Jefferson wrote that all men are created equal, it wasn't true. It's not true now, but it should be. Maybe because someone said it, it has to be true. But if it's going to be true anywhere, it has to be true here. And that's why I fight for the America that should be. Because yes, I do believe it can be.
I hope you're right, Gus. I really do.
Well, it's late. I should go.
Taking the train back tonight?
Yes. Send everyone my regards.
It was good seeing you.
It's good seeing you. Dottie, I hope you can understand some of the things I'm saying.
I don't know, Gus, but I do know one thing. I do believe in you.
I will always fight for you, my queen.
And I, you, my king. Oh, shut up.
Stephen Ambrose once said that the world's greatest democracy defeated the world's biggest racist using a segregated army. History is complicated, especially here in America, where we have so many people of so many different backgrounds, where maybe we've not always treated one another as perhaps we should. But, as Martin Luther King Jr. says, the moral arc is long, but it bends towards justice. And I think those ideas of equality and freedom are things that we have had to struggle for in America, and it's something that we constantly have to struggle for. So perhaps we can use our past to inform our present and constantly remind ourselves of the nation where all men are created equal. And if that's not here yet, then in the words of Langston Hughes, yet I swear this oath, America will be. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.